Everyone called us church goals. Every Sunday, people would stop us and say, "Y'all are anointed together." We'd hold hands at the altar, smile like we weren't just arguing about tithes in the car 10 minutes earlier. My husband was a pastor. Not flashy, not one of those Instagram pastors in Gucci loafers. He was old school, humble, charismatic, the kind of man who'd pray for strangers in line at the gas station. But God wasn't the only thing he was worshiping. He started being secretive, locking his phone, working late. I asked him about it. He said he was counseling a church member. And I believed him, but I swear, I wish I had never opened that second phone. It was late. He was asleep. And then I heard it. Ding. The sound came from under the couch. His second phone. I picked it up. There was a message on the screen that said, "I miss the way you touched me after Bible study." But it wasn't the message that made my stomach flip. It was the contact name. A nickname only one person uses, one I hadn't heard in years. I scrolled. There were photos, voice notes, hotel plans, screenshots, inside jokes I was never supposed to see. And then the voice note.
"She'll never know. She trusts both of us too much."
And he was right. I did. I had already cried, screamed, shattered the version of my life I thought was real. But then I got quiet and calculating. I scheduled a family dinner, told them both to come. I said, "I have a surprise for you both. Nothing fancy, just dinner, just us." I set the table, lit the candles, plated the food. Everything was already waiting when they walked in, laughing, like nothing had happened. They sat down in my house, at my table, and bowed their heads with me to bless the food. I said grace, then slid the phone across the table and watched them both go silent. They just stared at the phone.
"It's not what it looks like,"
my husband said. Of course it wasn't. He said they were just confessing sins to one another, that it got emotional, that I wouldn't understand, that it was spiritual intimacy. I turned to the other man at the table, the one who used to sneak me candy when I was scared of the dark, the one who walked me down the aisle at my wedding, my own brother. And I said, "So y'all were praying naked now?" He didn't say a word, just looked at me with those same puppy dog eyes he used to get out of trouble when we were kids. "You really let my husband touch you and then call it ministry?" The silence that followed, thick, suffocating. "You didn't just cheat," I said. "You used me as cover. You used my faith, my marriage, my family. You broke your vows. And you broke blood." Neither of them had anything left to say. And just when I thought it couldn't get messier, in walked Sister Shirley.
I knew something was funny with that pastor. Always talking about anointing, but smelling like Febreze and fornication. So I grabbed my purse, slid on my orthopedic wedges, and went to his house. And baby, the door was unlocked said, "Oh, the devil don't even need a key no more." I step in, and they sitting around the table looking like the Last Supper of shame. That phone was on the table like communion. Child, I didn't even sit down. I just clutched my pearls and said, "I'ma let the Lord handle y'all after I tell everybody."
Sister Shirley doesn't believe in secrets or silence, especially not when it comes to pastors playing hide the holy hot dog. She walked in on our little dinner, saw the phone on the table, the silence in the air, the guilt on their faces. Didn't even sit down, just clutched her pearls and said,
"I'ma let the Lord deal with y'all after I tell everybody."
By Monday, the group chat had a body count. The choir was split, literally, alto versus soprano. One lady threw a tambourine at rehearsal. The youth pastor posted a vague meme about wolves in sheep's clothing, and everybody knew who it was about. I heard one of the mothers say, "Well, if he gon' lay hands, he need to stop laying hips, too." Child. Some folks still defended him. Said spiritual warfare was tearing the church apart. No, baby. That wasn't spiritual warfare. That was Booty and the Bible, Season 1. One of the deacons said I should forgive. I said I did. That's the only reason he's still got kneecaps. And then I did what any freshly liberated First Lady would do. I got dressed, like I always did. Walked in one last time. Sat right in the front row. Didn't speak. Just looked around at the people who used to call me First Lady and let them feel the silence. Then I turned around and walked out. No announcement, no sermon, just a door closing behind me, because he lost me. And that's what really broke the congregation, because when I left, I took the light with me.